OMG, guys. So today I'm going to do one of our most requested videos. If you know anything about my channel, you know that here on Periodic Perfection, we try to give you the best chemistry tutorials. And today we are going to do a balanced half reaction with nothing but table J and the periodic table. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. So this is an example straight out of your notes, and we're going to be balancing barium and iron in a reaction. The first thing you want to do is take a look at good old table J. You're going to see if your freeze state element can actually react with the thing that's in a compound. How do you know which one's free state? Well, I'm glad you asked. Free state is the thing that is unbonded. So in this case, we want to make sure that barium can replace iron in our compound according to the table J activity table. So here we go. Here's our activity table. Here's our barium. Down here is iron. Barium is our free state element that gets to do the replacing. So yes, indeed, it is absolutely going to happen. So we're going to make sure we got oxidation numbers assigned for everything. And we have our barium at 0, our iron at +3, our barium ion at +2, and our free state iron at 0. I'm going to go in and I am going to bracket these up, barium to barium and iron to iron. Now, why do I do that? It just helps me keep track of what is going where. Now, we're going to write in our oxidation reactions and our reduction reactions. And let's look at our barium. Our barium is going from 0 to +2. What does that mean? Well, it means it's losing 2 electrons, and that's oxidation. How did I know it was losing 2 electrons? Well, if we look right there, we've got a +2, we've got a 0 as our oxidation numbers. That means that 2 electrons had to get lost. And we're getting them lost, we're putting them on the end of our arrow and shooting them off, getting them out of here. Now, one of the things you definitely want to think about is how many electrons are being lost, because that's going to come back in just a moment. Now let's look at our iron. Up here on our iron, we've got a charge of +3 and a charge of 0. That means that we are doing reduction. We are gaining electrons. To go from 3 to 0, that means that we have to gain 3 electrons. And here we are starting off with an iron ion with a +3 and ending up with our free state iron. Now that's our reduction. One way you can remember that is you can go back to oil rig. Oil rig, also known as oxidation is losing. Oxidation is losing. Reduction is gaining. Now, what do we do next? If you look, we've got 2 electrons here and we've got 3 electrons there, and those don't match. What do we need to do? We need to find a way to get these to balance out. So if we look here, what do we want to do, pardon me, to make this 2 electrons be the same number of electrons as our 3 electrons being gained by our iron, because you can't gain more than you lost and you can't lose more than you gained. Well, if we multiplied every single thing here by 2, that would give us a 6 and a 2. We multiply everything in this expression by 3. That would get us our 6 electrons. Now we have 6 electrons and 6 electrons. We are absolutely happy. When we go back to fill in our final balanced equation, it will look like this with our 3's coming up from those bariums and our 2's coming up to our irons, leaving this as our final answer. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed it. Check your notes.